Hello everyone, my name is Muir and we've got something new for you today. However, before we get into the video, I'd like to take a moment to tell you that nearly 70% of people who watch our videos are not subscribed. If you're not subscribed, you could do me a huge favor by liking the video, commenting below, subscribing to the channel, and ringing that bell. It really helps out the channel and lets me know that you're liking what I'm making. Alright, without further ado, let's get into the video. Hello everyone, my name is Muir and this is Starsector version 0.95.1a RC3. RC4 is out right now, but it only changes a couple of bugs. It doesn't actually change the ships, as far as I understand, so this will work. So, you might be wondering what you're supposed to do with the Manticore, so let me show you what I've done. So, 3 railguns, 1 Hephaestus. This makes it so that the railguns get extra range per the ballistic rangefinder. Then we want the flux distributor and the integrated targeting unit. The reason for this is it increases everything's range by just a little bit. Then we want to max out the vents and as many capacitors as we can get. So, we aren't going to take advantage of the missiles at all, because there's no reason. And really, if we can, these will fire forever, and the ship can basically has infinite lasting time. So, well, its lasting time is as long as its CR, instead of its lasting time being until it's out of missiles. But let's go ahead and get into it. Now I'm going to test this against a destroyer. So this thing costs 12 points, but if a ship is faster than it, it can't chase it down. So the AI tends to play this in a somewhat not cowardly, but very cautious way. So over here we have this. Now, we can take it down, and if we want, we can try to force him down, and we vent our flux faster than he does. So, we can just stay within his range, and force him to do what we need him to do. Now, thumpers do bad damage to us. Now he's doing that, so we're going to vent real fast and come around and take him down. So he vents a little bit faster than we do. But, overall, he's not as effective as we are. As you can see, the railguns and the Hephaestus, they do a pretty good job of... The Hephaestus and the railguns together do a pretty good job of giving us that mix that we need when it comes to basically punching down their armor. Now, we can vent out flux and then use the ship's special to protect ourselves. We can also keep our flux a little bit lower if we want by just using those canisters whenever he fires missiles at us. That works too. And yes, the canisters refill over time, so we can just throw them out whenever we want. They don't do a ton of damage, but they're enough to protect you from missiles. Alright, so that was against one of those. And really anything with less range than us, or anything that we are more maneuverable than, we can pretty much just keep at range and kill. The problem is, that has heavy weapons as well, so it has about the same range as us. However, we're slightly more maneuverable. So we can use... Oh, you fool. Now, those are all railguns, which is kind of bad for us. And we have to let our flux down. Now, this is actually a scenario where this ship is actually kind of working as intended. We aren't strong enough to take this Dominator on head-on, so we kind of need to just get around it. If we can. This becomes the play. So, we kind of have to do this. So let's go ahead and vent our flux, since he can't do anything to us. And then we're going to sit in his engines and just shoot him till he dies. Now we can actually sit on the railguns so that they don't use our precious flux for things like I don't know, railguns. And we're just going to sit here and shoot him. We should probably get out of range of his machine guns. Then we're just going to shoot him in the butt. You're just going to shoot him in the engines, in the tailpipe, till he dies. If we need to get closer, we can do that. But otherwise, yeah. Now if we get too far from him, he can start to turn faster than we can do. Faster than we can catch up with him. However, if we get close enough, we can actually use our special offensively. We're going to do a little bit of damage to him, but not a huge amount. So we once again want to get closer to him. Now if we instead use the railguns do EMP damage. So there's a chance we can EMP his engines, force a flare out, and then we can take him down that way. But we can't fight him straight, if that makes any sense. We have to be a little cheeky here. We can't just fight him head up, I guess. So let's go ahead and let our Hephaestus do the job, since it does extra damage against armor. And there we go. If we try to fight that Dominator head up, then, like, face to face, I guess, then we don't have a prayer, really. But if we're willing to go around him, then we can take him out pretty easily. Alright, so what else do we get? Well, so we can take out one of these. We can take out a Dominator. We can't take out an Onslaught with this. It just isn't maneuverable enough. But what about a fleet of fighters? So we have 4 Lashers. How well does it do against 4 Lashers? Actually, go with Hounds. So there's 3 Hounds there. There should be another Hound somewhere. There we go. So how well does it do against a bunch of Hounds? Well, we have the range advantage, but the Hounds are faster than we are. So they have to come willingly into our range. But we do have the advantage that we do turn pretty quickly. But one thing we can do is try to bait them. Try to make them give them this false sense of security. And they're getting a little closer over here. Alright, kill it. And so now they can kind of just focus on us. So we need to just kill one of them. It may work, it might not. But we need to just blast one of them down and hope that we can kill one. Then we can kill another one, and then another one, and then another one. But it's not looking like that's really going to work. Okay, so that one worked, but by then we're so jacked up that it won't do much. So it's a very directional fighter to an extent. Very directional destroyer. But there you go. That is the Manticore, how we're building it. It has the overall power to burst something down, and things have to respect it or they will die if they're big. But it's punching, it can really only punch to destroyers and cruisers. If it goes into capital level, it's probably going to get overwhelmed, and with cruisers it really has to do a little bit to get around that. But overall this works great. Now if you wanted to, you could make some changes. You could put shorter range weapons on it and give it safety overrides. That could work, but overall it doesn't really work that well if you do that. Now against destroyers it tends to, when the AI is flying it, it's very cautious. So just keep that in mind. It's not going to be that ship that rushes in unless you specifically put a reckless officer on it. But alright guys, my name has been Muir. This has been Starsector version 0.95.1a-RC3. This is compatible with RC4 if you downloaded the latest patch as of the time of making this. But go ahead, try it out, let me know what you think about it in the comments below, and let me know how it works for you. Alright, I'll catch you later guys. Bye.